Hey, let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if that went through. I've been speaking for a little bit. Nick is here. Mega Man HD gameplay is here. We have 8 people there. Alright, yeah, I'll be taking requests for Generation 1 Pokemon that people would like to see decks built of. I had a few requests taken on social media. I'll be back in a few minutes. I just want to make sure this audio is nice and leveled. Oh, cool. Mycroft is here. If I'm not sure what to call you, because you have so many aliases. But I don't think I've seen you in one of the streams before. It's cool to see you. That's what I mentally default to whenever I see you. But good to see you, man. And obviously, thank you for your support in these very tough times. Yeah, if there are any cards from this time you would like to see me build a deck of, let me know. Do you remember that this game covers the first 3 sets of the trading card game? Nothing from Team Rocket. Let's see, you remember playing this game as a kid since your mom didn't let you get the cards because you're already into Yu-Gi-Oh! Fair enough. The Pokemon cards, I always thought they were more expensive and elusive than Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff. I mean, the first 2 sets were not in production for very long. Unlimited printing my ass. Those went out of production fairly quickly, and then they later redid them as the base set too. So it's a bit tricky. Let me see. I'm not sure if Ashley can make it. I hope she can, because she said that one of her favorite cards was this one, the Fossil Dragonite. And we're trying to see if we can build some decks off of those. So I have enough of the Dratini Dragonair line. I could probably make that work. And then as a support card, you had a shiny Hitmonlee. That's pretty cool. I had the non-holographic Fossil one. Yeah, and just let me know how my levels are, people. I can adjust. So, to support the Dragonair family, I will use Psyduck and Golduck, because Golduck has energy removal powers, and we'll put 4 double colorless energy in. Hopefully, I won't go too fast for some people. Nick is not familiar with the Pokemon trading card game, I know, but I'll try my best to explain it, and I will try not to plow through everything. Tempting though as it may be. Folks, we're playing on the original hardware. I am using my Super Game Boy, and I'm playing on my cartridge I've had since childhood. Thankfully, I haven't had some of the battery issues that I know some of you people have had. Well, not you people, but, people in general. People are people. Energy search, and can we get some energy removals in there? Switch. This deck will resist Fighting and Psychic, and if people have any questions about how this game is played, I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. It's kind of a little bit ingrained in me because I'm so used to playing it. I'll put a few more water energy in. I think 4 more Psychics for laughs. The way I generally try to ratio this is I try to put it the third of the deck Pokemon, third of the deck trainers, third of the deck energy. Some of the more hyper aggressive decks, they tend to use half trainers, but I mean that's pretty popular in the meta game. But some of the decks in this game are not the highest tier, and I do like that because going up against unpopular strategies, it tests the popular strategies. So, oh crap, I forgot to save the deck. Damn it. Okay, well let's try that again, and this time we will save the deck. Now, if you want to recommend me cards to use, feel free to do it in the chat. We'll see what we can do. I will probably be going close to the next 3 hours, assuming nothing comes up. We're in a bit of a thunderstorm mode over here, and hopefully nothing bad happens. I think the worst of it has subsided, but you never know. Alright, let's try that again. 2 Golduck, 2 Psyduck, and I had a few normals for support. You lost your original cartridge. I'm really sorry to hear that. I think I have an extra Pokemon pinball that somebody sent me for a video. I'm sorry to hear that. That does stink. Crystal copies of Crystal seem to be falling apart. So I'll go with 3 Professor Oaks for some draw power. Some strong rains, wherever you are. Wherever you are, here you are. I might need to get a drink. I'm starting to lose my voice. That's not good. I don't want to lose my voice if I'm going to be streaming for a little bit. And I don't have enough of everything, but that's okay, because I think I've balanced the deck well enough to make it work. Energy Surge, gotta get some energy removals in there. Okay, remember AT, save the deck, save the deck. Okay, alright. Maybe I'll throw another water in there. I'll put 1 Lapras in there. Lapras has always been one of my faves. Put a Fuji. And have you ever seen the video of Rich Evans being in the game by grinding away with Charmander? I have not. That sounds kind of interesting. I wonder if he would like it. I think Pokemon is very much like a generational thing. Your crystal needs a new battery. One of my friends, I did a stream of Pokemon Gold about 3 years ago here on Software Agents. And one of my friends, he's a real wizard when it comes to soldering. I do like to clean and open up older games, but soldering intimidates me. I think I'm a bit traumatized because I have a burn on one of my hands. And he made my gold save again, my childhood gold. So let's see. This will be in honor of Ashley Woods. Let's see. Is there any difference between the American game and the Japanese-only sequel? The Japanese-only sequel had much more content and a bunch of other cards, so it's a shame we didn't get it. I'll be going up against Murray. I think Murray's the toughest opponent in the game, him or Jack. But before I do that, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back in a minute or two. Alrighty, I think I have everything I need to get things going. And if I'm a little slow to respond, just be patient with me. I'm gonna turn the speed down a little bit, just out of some possible epilepsy concerns. I'll make it a little bit slower. Okay, skip son. Mycroft says that they got rid of the game corner. You love your fake gambling. From what I understand, they've been slowly getting rid of the gaming corner since Generation 4 or so. And the problem is, in Europe, I think in Greece, gambling, same thing, is heavily frowned upon. So they try to make it so that there's less stuff for them to remove in other versions of the game. Last I checked, and I haven't checked in a while, so if anybody wants to correct me on this, but I think video games as we know them are banned in Greece. They're considered gambling devices, which is, I mean, that's bizarre to me, that an entire country would deprive the children of their Nintendo and PlayStation. How dare they? I like Greek food, though. Anyway, Murray is looking for a guinea pig to test his strategy on, so I'm going to duel him. And I'm going to try to keep in mind, some people may not know how to play the game, so I'll try not to plow through this. I consider Murray the toughest opponent in this game, but this deck might give me a bit of an advantage. So shuffle your card and draw. Shuffle your cards and draw 7, and then we select a basic Pokemon as our active Pokemon. Dragonair is an evolved Pokemon, so you cannot play it directly from your hand. So what I can probably do is I can start off with Lickitung, and Lickitung has a resistance to Murray. If anybody's played Magic the Gathering, unlike me, I haven't played Magic. Pokemon has something similar to like a color system as Magic. All the types represent a color, and Lickitung is colorless. Murray's Pokemon are psychic. Generally, as a general rule of thumb, psychic types, colorless types have a resistance to psychic types. But Murray also has a bunch of colorless in his deck, so he's pretty hard to counterattack, I'd say. Let's see. He says that this game is pretty simple. There's a way to cheese the coin toss. Yes, there is a way to cheese the RNG manipulation. However, I'm not going to do that, because if you turn off the cartridge in the middle of a duel, you save the game. And I do not want to do that excessively, because this cartridge is 21 years old. So I attack with Tongue Wrap, that does paralysis, so Kangaskhan can't attack next turn. Kangaskhan and Lickitung are similar in that they're both wall-type cards. They're actually very defensive and not very offensive, but they can take a lot of hits. And this jerk used an energy removal on me, which sucks, because you can only play one energy card per turn, and energy cards is how you attack and retreat. My double colorless energy was worth 2, so that does stink. So what I can do, I am going to evolve my Dratini into a Dragonair, and I'm going to put a Psychic Energy on Lickitung and attack. Yeah, Murray's deck is stall oriented, and he tries to deck you out. So you have to either eliminate him quickly or let him deck out. That's why I hate stall decks in trading card games. They really get on my nerves. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, one of my friends made an offensive Exodia deck. I stole that recipe and tried it in a few video games. It's pretty cool. Let me see. I'll wait to play that Dragonite. I can't really do much now except attack with Tongue Wrap and hope for paralysis. And I got that paralysis. Alright, Pokedex lets me take a look at the top of my deck. Let's rearrange it. So, Bill, and we'll get the 2 Water Energy and Dragonite. I think that'll work. But in the meantime, we'll attack with Slam. I mean, not Slam. Ew, offensive Exodia. He's not a fan. And folks, if you like this footage, I used footage from this exact cartridge and Mr. Top 10 List. What was it? Was it the? I think it was the Imposters, Imposter Professor Oak. I provided that footage. So go me. Chain Energy was your favorite double-edged sword. That card can be quite mean. It was used by Bakura in the anime, who is quite the meanie. Give me one moment here. Alrighty, sorry about that. Somebody wanted me to text them when I went live. Drew that Dragonite, and let's put another Water Energy on Dragonair. I'm not in a rush to evolve to Dragonite. I put that there for Ashley because she liked that card when she was a kid. But Dragonair might be useful against Murray because Dragonair's attack, Hyper Beam, will remove Murray's energy. Murray tries to do the same, but he's not as hyper aggressive as he could be about it. So he's certainly a tough opponent, but it doesn't 100% match the meta strategies that were popular in real life at the time. Let's see. So Ninja uses Chain Energy to put them in an aggravating situation. Yeah, that's how it works. I paraphrased your thingamabob. And we'll evolve that Psyduck into Golduck. And I think I'm going to switch in Dragonair. I don't like the Slam attack. It's too risky, but risky in the sense that it can't guarantee hits. Oh wow, it did 60 damage. It's not impossible, but it's a little bit on the unlikely side. Get that prize. So to those who aren't familiar with how this game works, anytime you defeat one of your opponent's Pokemon, you draw a prize card, and 6 KOs is what you need to win. Doug is here. Good to see you, Doug. We barely got started, so no worries about anything. I built a deck. Somebody mentioned that they were fond of the Dragonite from Fossil, so I did that. So I'm going to attack with Hyper Beam instead of Slam because Mr. Mime has an ability. Back then they were called Pokemon Powers. They eventually got lowered to... They became abilities in Poke Powers and Poke Bodies. But it's an effect that is continuously active, or you choose to use it, whichever, it depends on the effect. Mr. Mime, you can't use attacks that are too powerful on him. So Hyper Beam does 20 damage. It hits that oh so wonderful sweet spot. So he takes a hit. Hello Emily, we barely got started with the game. And she's causing trouble. I expect better behavior from my moderators. Drew that Water Energy. Let's build up that Golduck. And this is a somewhat modification of a deck I used to build when I played this game when I was younger. There should be an option to sell cards for thousands of dollars in the game, right? Because there's so many duplicates. In one of my old files for this game, I had 99 Fossil Magmars. Fossil Magmar is one of my favorite cards. I don't need 99 of them in real life or in the game. I need enough for maybe 4 for each deck. So I guess 12. We're gonna use energy removal on that Kadabra because I don't like building up that Kadabra. The Scalpers invade the game. Defeat Mr. Mime, get an energy search, and then he moves Chansey. Chansey is another wall from this time. They are Team Rocket. Team Rocket is in the sequel. Well, they're called Great Rocket. It's Team Rocket inspired. Hey, Judgment Meter. You mentioned it was either you or Vanessa like the Eeveelutions. After this duel, I was going to build an Eeveelution potpourri type deck. Imakuni's a YouTuber? That's crazy. I wonder if we're going to run into him in this game. I'm just doing free duels. That's so cool. So, folks, Imakuni is an artist for this game who he made a bad on purpose card that hurts you. And he's also been in some Japanese commercials for the game. He's this weird guy who dresses up in a black mouse costume. And you'll know him. He plays a very strange song when when he's on screen. That's crazy. Doug, you'll have to send that to me privately. Yeah, Chansey's a classic wall in this game. So he used Scoop Up. He used it on his active Chansey. Chansey goes to the bench and sends out Kangaskhan, and then he sends out Snorlax. So Chansey can take a lot of hits and really absorb them. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on. Good to see you, Judgment Meter. Good to see you, Mr. Top 10 List. So let's see here. So he put Chansey back in his hand. There's your active dude, your active Pokemon, and then you can put up to 5 people on your bench, almost like a sports game, as it were. But Chansey can take hits and then retreat, essentially, so that we don't get the KO in. Somebody's messaging me off screen. Give me a moment here. Okay. Doug is saying this makes you want to do your cartridge. That's really cool. I appreciate it. Just remember to save carefully, because this game, like a lot of Game Boy games, they just save all the time. This thing is still running 21 years later by some miracle. And you know, I kind of worry that, you know, it may run out. Actually, when I was recording footage for the video I'm working on for this game, I didn't turn my console off at all the whole time because I was really afraid of just the battery wearing out. I've had batteries die on me before, and it's not fun. I've had all kinds of fun equipment failures, and by fun I mean it's the opposite of fun. So we attack with the Slam. What is something that I need to really get an advantage? I'm going to be really careful with drawing cards because Murray tries to deck you out. Maybe I could put another Dratini on the bench. I don't need this Golduck. Ditch the Golduck, and we'll ditch that Dragonite. The big threat about not being able to clear Murray is that Mr. Mime. But we took care of one Mr. Mime. I don't remember how many he has in his deck. I don't have any other Dratinis in my deck. So, I'll get a plus power then. It's a shame ghost types are lacking. I love the Fossil Haunter. Let me see. I don't need Defender, actually. We'll attack with Slam. You feel like it's the cartridge is sturdy, the battery has a time limit. The thing is, if you turn off the game, excuse me, if you turn off the game in the middle of a duel, what happens is that the game saves. But the game won't save if you play through the duel all the way. Changing batteries isn't impossible. One of my friends, he's really good at it. I mentioned earlier that if anybody remembers my Pokemon Gold stream series, that he was able to repair my cartridge. Not repair. He was able to replace the battery so that I could save on the thing, you know? Saving is really important in an RPG. Sorry, I'm getting a few messages off screen. Let me see here. Oh, good to see you, Ray. Let me see. You have... Doug has... I have a bunch of requests written down separately. Doug has... Okay, that's cool. Yeah, my Pokemon Red still works. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can do people's requests. My brother's here. Wow. Alright. I didn't know if you'd be able to make it, Sam. No, Pokemon Red does have a battery. All the original games do have batteries. My Pokemon Blue, it became kind of loose. Which sucks. Anyway. I'll get to chat in a moment. Let me look at my requests here. This was the deck that Ashley requested. For those who were asking, he removed the energy for me. I'm gonna use Slam. And then there's two other recipes here. The last time I streamed this game, one of my older friends had a recipe called Stinky Dance. I don't have the same save file for that, so the recipe is not exactly the exact same recipe. But I'll try to approximate it to the best of my ability. Ninja, I'm not sure what you're referring to exactly. Let's see here. Sorry, my mic cut off for a sec. Ninja, what are you referring to exactly? Oh. that can explain a thing or two. No worries. I'll put a Psychic Energy in my hand. You know, let's get out that Dragonite. We'll do it. We're gonna do it for Ashley. And if we get 2 heads, it knocks out Kangaskhan. We got 1 hit. We got 2 hits. What luck! Mr. Top 10 List, I'm curious, because I asked you some cards you wanted to see, and I wasn't getting too much. I don't know what your experiences are. So, let me try to do this. I don't think Vanessa can make it. So, here's what I'm going to try to do with deck orders. And I'm just really trying hard to pay attention with everything and all the messages. So, sorry if I go quiet or anything. I'm a little bit there's a lot going on, a lot of screens to pay attention to. I'm gonna finish up with this deck. Hopefully, I think we're on our way to victory. And then I had an Eeveelution's request, then Pidgeot. Ray requested Starmie and Hypno. Rebecca requested Alakazam and Magneton. And then somebody wanted a Haymaker variation, and then maybe we can do Stinky Dance. I hope we can do this. Murray's defeated. Murray stinks. I mean, he's a tough opponent. KO. Let's see what cards we got. I think I have all this before. Alright, to the people who want to know what cards we got Muck. We got Golduck. That rhymes. Slowbro. Furo. Wow. We got a little poke rap going here. Muck, Golduck, Slowbro, Furo. And another one. Just excuse me one moment. Somebody sending me a message. Another Muck. Was this another booster pack? Oh, this booster pack seemed... Yeah, that's number 4 on my priority list right here. So I have a priority list right here, right next to me. The poor man's Almanac. Somebody was asking earlier. They were asking off screen. That's kind of So one of the popular decks in the metagame was Haymaker. Haymaker was based on Hitmonchan and Electabuzz, and then there was later a Scyther variant. Use the Pokemon. You're trying to drive me crazy. God damn it. Oh my. Guys, I'm sorry. There's a lot going on. I lost my train of thought. The Hitmonchan and Electabuzz and Scyther, it was a popular strategy because it hit hard and fast. Murray's deck is actually a really good counter to it. Because Scyther gets blocked by Mr. Mime. And Hitmonchan is weak against his psychic Pokemon, but Electabuzz can put up a pretty good... can do a pretty good punch. But the thing is, because this is a new file that I made recently. This isn't the same file that I used the last time when I streamed this game, and other times I've provided footage. So I don't have all the cards 100%. But the idea is to get out some basic dudes, more or less, and then hit them hard. So this is kind of based on a poor man's Haymaker variant, which is similar to a deck I used to make when I was a kid. But yeah, I only have so many cards, so I'm sorry Ashley couldn't make it. I'll have to send the time code, but we did do the deck and we kicked butt with Dragonite. So if Judgment Meter, if you're still here, let's do that Eeveelution deck. Thankfully, I have enough cards to make a good Eevee deck. I have 4 Eevees. get those 4 Eevees here, and we have the 4 classic Eeveelutions. Now, this game had a bunch of cards, like this Flareon, for instance. You see the little GB imprint right there? Those are cards that they only made for this game. There were mock-ups made, but they were never printed in real life. So, what we're gonna do is when you make decks in this game, you want to have a certain balance in your colors to make sure that your energy is balanced, but the Eevees have colorless energy, so you can do a lot of mixing and matching, believe it or not. So we'll get the Flareon in there, and do I have the Game Boy Jolteon? I think I can do a little bit of both, so we'll have a fun little Eevee deck. And then I need something to cover Eevee's weaknesses. So Eevee's pretty susceptible to fighting types, and so is Jolteon. So I think I'm going to have Mewtwo, the promo Mewtwo, be the battle buddy. Hey, Poriana. I don't know if you like Jolteon, so we'll get those there. And we'll get some Psychic Energies. These sound like crystals. I don't know what you know about Pokemon, Emily. I wasn't sure. Yeah, we're gonna get the OG crew. Unfortunately, there's no Umbreon or Espeon yet. So let's see what we're gonna get here. Oak, Bill, Energy. Energy removal. Top 10 crystal. Wow, 23 playbacks. Let's keep it up. Can everybody hear me okay? Somebody sent me a message off screen saying that I was coming in a little bit low, but my levels look pretty good on the computer, so I don't know what the dealio could be. Alright, here is the deck for Judgment Meter. Can we get a name for the deck, please? You can go name it Judgment Meter. Just no profanity, please. That's all I ask her. Anything inappropriate. The power to name the deck. I give it to you. I'm plenty loud. Yeah, and I know you're not talking about the stream, Sam. Let's see. Mr. Top 10 List said, name it not Bills, which, if you guys don't understand, that's a reference to the Pokemon Gold stream that I did a few years ago. So that's perfect. A Bill gives you an Eevee in the game, and I evolved it into an Umbreon, because Umbreon's one of my favorite dudes. And yeah, we'll go with the Eeveelution deck. Not Bill. Yeah, there's the consensus. Not Bills. Okay. So let's try to think here. This deck is pretty susceptible to fighting type. So if I want to challenge, I could do the Fighting Club. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of who's a pretty tough opponent. You know, let's go up against Rick. And let me get a sip of water here. I think Rick is a pretty tough opponent. So we'll do this for Judgment Meter. Not Judgment. I think Vanessa requested it. Or, I mean, I don't know, whatever. Whichever. We can do Pidgeot, and then Rebecca's request, Ray's request, and then Haymaker and Stinky Dance. So Rick leads the Science Club, and it's a weird name because there's no such thing as science Pokemon, you know. They're poison types. So we're starting off with Mewtwo, actually. No Eevees yet. I'll get to chat in a moment. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit overwhelmed here. There's... Wow, mirror match. He's got the Mewtwo. And Mewtwo is a good... the movie promo Mewtwo is what fans call this one. It's a good late game card, but it's not something you want to draw early on. And the reason for that is because Mewtwo, its attack, energy absorption, it gets 2 cards from your discard pile. And, you know, early in the game, ideally you don't have cards in your discard pile. So it's not, it's pretty much a race to getting those 3 cards first. When if you had the energy absorption and you had stuff in your discard pile, you could attach the 2 cards to it initially. So, yeah, let's build up my Mewtwo and defeat his. Put a grass energy on Grammar. He's building up his bench. Mewtwo's the decoy. Gonna move my chair back. Yeah, folks, just let me know how I sound here. Actually, damn it, that didn't make a difference. I'm not thinking straight. Doesn't matter. Mewtwo's defeated. Get my prize. We got an Eevee. If we don't have good Eeveelutions in this duel, I'm going to try my best to make sure that we can get a few of them out in another game. Uh-oh, Mewtwo got paralyzed. I'm gonna use Gust of Wind on this coughing because it's so defenseless. And then we are going to end the turn, excuse me. because I can't do anything at the moment. Have to get going? Okay, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. We'll do that deck later. I have it on the to-do list. Now, Mewtwo obliterates with Cyburn. Actually, he attacks with Nasty Goo. Nasty Goo can kind of stink because it can paralyze. It didn't do it this time. Mewtwo just wipes out Grammar. You know, I feel like Mewtwo is stealing the show from Eevee here. But somebody did request Mewtwo for B-roll, not for this stream necessarily. I am recording this footage as we speak. Although we will mostly be using the visuals and not the audio. So, Grammar goes down. And folks, if I'm going too fast, excuse me. If I am going too fast, let me know. I know that this game can be pretty fast-paced. I'm really trying my best to not plow through the screens here. Excuse me. I've seen some speedruns of this game, and some speedrunners, they have this really obnoxious habit of just kind of plowing through each menu, and that's part of the reason why I put an epilepsy concern, because I mean that concern concerns me. And Rick's defeated. Mewtwo stole the show. Okay, Mewtwo is going in the penalty box. Mewtwo, I tried to put Mewtwo as support, but Mewtwo was too good, unfortunately. So that became more of a Mewtwo thing. Mewtwo is also not Bills as well. But, I mean, it's good for the Mewtwo fans out there. Let's do something about that. I am going to replace Mewtwo. Maybe... It's too bad Leafeon wasn't in this game, because I think I'm going to make Scyther my generic grass dude. Scyther, I don't have any more Scythers left? What else could I do? Who's another good psychic support? Maybe Mr. Mime? Nah, I don't know. You're ready to party? Okay. Alright, well, it's just, I know it sounds... You know, I'll put Ghastly here. The Fossil Ghastly. We'll put Ghastly there. I worry about these things. Okay, we're gonna go up against Mitch, because Mitch will have a bit of an advantage hit against Eevee and Jolteon. There we go. And then I think I want to try a hyper-aggressive deck against the Duel Machine. So we draw those cards and we go. That being said, I just don't want to plow through the game, because if you're not familiar with this game, like I know some of you are not familiar with this game, I don't want it to be overwhelming for anybody. Ghastly's the active guy. I hit B by mistake. I think there was another person I could put on my bench, but it's okay, because Ghastly has resistance to Hitmonlee. However, Hitmonlee, if I had an Eevee there, Hitmonlee, what makes Hitmonlee a little tricky to deal with is that he can attack the bench. The problem is it takes too many turns to do that, but Ghastly has resistance to Hitmonlee. So it's going to take 3 turns for Hitmonlee to attack, in which case Ghastly can beat Hitmonlee in 3 turns. And while I'm at it, I'm going to send the stream to somebody, because I'm not sure if they can make it. I don't know if Nick is still here, but I wonder if any of this means anything to him, or if it's just a bunch of gobbledygook. Okay. I don't remember who, but somebody said that this music is really dramatic for a trading card game battle. Yeah, Chansey also can get really screwed by Hitmonlee. I'm not sure who I'm going to build up. I want to try to get those Eeveelutions out, though. Because when you can get the Potpourri out, that's pretty cool. There was a deck strategy back then called Potpourri, where you would try to run multiple colors in a deck and to try to cover a bunch of different weaknesses. The problem is a deck that runs multiple colors has a bunch of weaknesses. And let's put... He can build up another Hitmonlee, so... I really need like a Vaporeon or a Flareon. That's kind of the problem with this deck. You know, I might need to put a Pokemon Trader in it. And Ghastly KO's Hitmonlee. I'll send you the time code. Okay. Sorry, somebody was asking a question. So Hitmonlee attacks the bench. Eevee didn't get the damage though. So for all those Eevee fans out there, even though this is not the best move in the world, we're gonna take out Eevee. We're gonna send out Eevee. Eevee will probably be taken out. Mr. Top 10 List, if you're still there, I don't remember if we talked about the Pokemon trading card game very much. I was just wondering if you had any, memories of the cards. I honestly don't remember if you played this game at all. I'm not sure what Emily's experiences are, if any. Who the hell is messaging me? Sorry, I'm a bit, yeah, Jolteon's knocked out. I'm a bit rattled. People are sending me a bunch of messages. It's a little overwhelming. Yeah, there's Jolteon didn't fare too well, but at least. Hey, yeah, there you are, Ashley. I was talking about you. I was saying good things about you. We did do Dragonite. We did the card. I'm taking deck requests there. I'll have to send you the time code, but we did use it, and we'll see if we can use it in the video. But I wasn't sure if you were spying on the chat or not. It's really hard for me to tell. But Ashley requested Dragonite earlier. The fossil one, that's one of her favorite cards. You were sure? I wish I was as popular now as I am in middle school. Or that doesn't make any sense. No, it's okay. There's a Vaporeon. I really could have used that earlier. You know, we'll adjust the deck. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to send a Jolteon into the fray like that. I'm not sure if Sam is still here. There was a song in this game that Sam said is really good thinking music. And again, folks, let me know if I'm going too fast, because I mean, me and Ashley were talking earlier. She said that her experiences with the card game were mostly that she liked the cards, and what's not to like? They're pretty cards. They're pretty and they're fun looking. But okay, so Ghastly has a type advantage over Hitmonlee. So Hitmonlee is getting his butt whooped. Does Hitmonlee have an ass? That is the question. He's just like a big head, a big head with arms and legs. So Ghastly can resist Hitmonlee. And let me send something. Let me see. I really need to get something else on my bench now, because Ghastly can maybe take a few more hits, but this isn't good. We have 7 viewers. That's cool. 31 playbacks. I'm pretty happy. Just remember, if you're gonna share the stream to anybody, share it with somebody you trust. No strangers. No stranger danger. He sends out Hitmonchan, which Hitmonchan, its most powerful attack, it will do 10 damage. It's supposed to do 40, but Ghastly has resistance, so Ghastly ultimately it winds up taking 10 damage. So Ghastly can take 2 more hits. And I am going to do something very quickly. Let's see. Somebody messaged me in a certain client and didn't want their name revealed, and they said that they're watching it on their smart TV and they're having fun. Well, thank you. I'm glad to know that. Okay, I pull my controller down. I'm not using the controller extender, so it's a little bit. I have to put it down so close to the console. Let's put that Eevee on the bench. It is. I do like calling them that they call it the bench. To those who don't know, so you can have up to 6 Pokemon on either side of the field. Ghastly's my active dude, and Hitmonchan is the rival's active dude. And you can put up to 5 other Mons on your bench. And when you get 6 KOs, you win the game. Essentially, every time you KO somebody, you get one of those prize cards, is what they're called. The prizes are the cards face down to the left. Just just a little refresher. Okay. And he's peeking at the prizes. Or he's Mankey has a power called Peek. Oh, that's really bad. He's gonna KO Eevee now. This is not Eevee's time to shine. I was trying to evolve Eevee. I think I'm gonna have to move on to another deck, because the EVs are not. I put in a few other cards for support, but the support cards are they're kind of overtaking the deck. Well, I had Mewtwo as support, and then I used Ghastly to replace Mewtwo. Ghastly's winning me the game. I use winning nominally, because I'm in a really bad position. If I take one more hit, I will lose. Yeah, that's not good. So if I get a coin toss, I might be lucky. There we go. I can last one more turn at least. Hey, good to see you, Clover. I'm glad you can make it. I wasn't sure, but good to see you. I'm going to finish up this round, and then win or lose, it's a battle, win or lose, I'll make another deck. I had a few requests listed down on a piece of paper. So I need to hope for paralysis. If I don't get paralysis, I'm gonna lose. I got that paralysis. Step bro. So let's see. We can get a KO in. Primeape is going to need to get 2 coin flips or attack with Tantrum to win. It's the Battle Frontier. I think they had one of those episodes available on the Pokemon app. Like, as if I'm some kind of shill for the Pokemon app. I got a few new apps for my smart TV recently. There's one called Classic Cartoons. It has Felix the cat on it, and I was actually really disappointed because the image quality is so bad. You think, I know that these cartoons are 100 years old, but it looks really blurry. It's not that so much that it's old. They're blurry. I lost. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Rebecca requested I do a deck with Magneton and Alakazam, so I don't think this Eevee deck worked, or maybe. Why you say step bro like that? Oh man, give me a hard time. Okay, I'm gonna try one more opponent, and we'll see how that goes. I'll try one more opponent because I really want to see the Eevees kick some tail. Then we'll do Alakazam and Magneton, and then the Starmie Hypno request. And then Haymaker and Stinky Dance. Which I did do. I keep getting Ghastlies in my opening hand. Okay, so Nikki sends out Execute, and if she has a Psychic Energy, she doesn't have Psychic Energy, she has a Grass Energy. That's still pretty bad. Let's see, I'm going to put a Psychic Energy on Ghastly, and then Professor Oak lets me discard my hand and draw 7 new cards. Okay, cool. We got 1 Eevee on the bench. We got 2 Eevees on the bench. Cool. Now, you can't evolve Pokemon the same turn you play them, so I can't play Game Boy Jolteon until later. Uh-oh, Stinky. Oh, okay, you're still there. Mycroft, or whatever I should call you. Yeah, Stinky Dance, so, Wigglytuff? Wigglytuff's attack is called Do the Wave. So, people call the Wigglytuff decks, they call them do the wave, you know, like do the hustle or do the worm, but it's Wigglytuff doing the wave. And then Wigglytuff's partner is Muck, because Muck has the ability to negate powers. And it was combining 2 meta strategies into one. So one of my old friends called it the Stinky Dance. That's why it's called Stinky Dance. Yeah. And I'm gonna evolve Eevee into Jolteon, and maybe we can actually use Jolteon this game, who knows. I'm not a fan of this Jolteon. I think it's a little too coin flippy. I try to make sure my cards don't use too many coin flips, but we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. That's a good reference, Ninja. I'm gonna step out for one moment. Give me a sec. Okay. Sorry about that. I plowed through my water. I just guzzled that sucker down. So execute. It hurts and it heals. So that's good for her and bad for me. I'm going to put another Psychic Energy on Jolteon. And Jolteon will be the star of the show. Jolteon looks like it has a good stage presence right there. I think after this duel, I'm going to take an official break. For like 10 minutes. Or something. I'm probably talking too much. So put a double colorless energy on Jolteon and attack with Stun Needle. This will do at least 30 damage, but I missed the paralysis fail. To those who were missing the conversation earlier, the coin flips in this game, they're actually predetermined that turn. There's a big RNG seed that gets laid every turn, and you can manipulate it by saving and turning the power off, or doing something with your coin flips. What I mean to say is that they are consistent. Like if I were to play Gambler, if it would be heads or tails, it's decided that turn whether it's heads or tails by the way the game's RNG works. But I'm not going to cheese the RNG tonight because, as I mentioned earlier, every time you turn the game off and save it, so every time you turn the game off in the middle of a duel, the game saves. And this being an old cartridge, get out of Vaporeon. I don't want to risk over-saving, ruining the battery. To those who missed that conversation. Because I don't know who's here or not sometimes. Some of you people can be very mysterious and try to ambush me. Like, pretty much all of you. Okay, we'll evolve this Eevee into a Vaporeon. And this being the trading card game, Vaporeon doesn't have the same kind of weaknesses that it would have were this the video game. So that's pretty cool. Okay, we'll put a Psychic Energy on this Eevee, and then attack with Stun Needle. So Gloom is tricky because Gloom can do status effects. Gloom is going to poison me, which that will knock Jolteon out in 2 turns. So between turns, get the poison damage. So I think I'm going to retreat with Jolteon, because Jolteon's a pretty good attacker, actually. And hopefully, I probably should have checked Vaporeon's weakness. Okay, Vaporeon is weak against electric, not grass. So that's not too bad. I'm going to use Super Energy Retrieval. And we'll do discard Jolteon and Gust of Wind for get 3 Psychic Energies on my hand. Put a Psychic Energy on Vaporeon and attack with Quick Attack. I appreciate, I don't know if she's still here, I appreciate that Ashley got the Battle Frontier reference. I'm pretty sure, probably a lot of you did. You Poke fans. Don't worry, that's a good thing. Gloom attacks by giving me the Poison of Discontent. Which is just ordinary poison. Well, I mean ordinary Pokemon poison. Poison's not great. I mean, yeah. It's not good in real life. Nobody get poisoned, though. I'll put a Psychic Energy on Nah, Jolteon is gonna get KO'd next. I guess we'll take the chance with quick attack, no dice though, or in this case, no coin. So Ashley's giving me the happy face. Good, good. Okay, we're gonna put Psychic Energy on that Eevee. I wonder if we'll draw Flareon, because Flareon would actually have a type advantage. Let's get Defender. I'm not talking about the Williams game. And let's see if we draw into a Flareon. That'd be pretty cool. Nah, not yet. Let's get another energy removed. Remove that. Okay. And I'll attack with quick attack. I'm gonna get a bunch of tails here. This stinks. Although I don't think Nikki's kind of put me in a position of annoying me, but she's not doing anything vicious yet. Or as much as her AI will allow. Haha, you can't double poison me. Okay, I'm going to put a double colorless energy. I'm probably going overboard on some of these energies. Put out the Chansey. That might have been a bad move, but whatever. Let's get the Oak. Let's do the Oak. And do I get... Okay, we'll try Pokeball. I don't like this card, by the way. Speedrunners will use this card to manipulate the RNG, but it just... I find that it fails more often than it succeeds, even though in theory it's supposed to be heads or tails. It works or it doesn't. But I want to say with my experiences, it fails like 80% of the time. Okay, it actually worked that time. I guess all you gotta do is criticize the card and it works, and I'm gonna get my Flareon. Okay. Get that Flareon, evolve that Eevee. Okay, Flareon is gonna tear some stuff up. Trying to keep the language nice because of, you know, Pokemon. Okay, Judgment Meter. I hope you're still there. Tearing it up with Flareon. And to those who are wondering, somebody asked off screen, but they didn't want to be in the YouTube chat. He wanted to know if Bobby is a King of the Hill reference. It is a King of the Hill reference. This was a new file I created for this game fairly recently. Although it is a clear save file. So we're just doing free duel. So we're free dueling. You know, I don't think I need the brick. I just think I needed the water. Bulbasaur can't fight back because it has no energy. And yeah, Flareon is just going to tear through her next two Pokemon. And if you look in my play area, I have the two prizes over there on the left side there. So I just need 2 more KOs to win. I feel good after this. I think we've finally managed to nab a good win for this deck. So afterwards, I'll move on to the Alakazam Magneton deck that Rebecca requested. And folks, if there's any cards you want to see, I'll see if I can work it in. I already have a list that I put in. And Nikki's down. We get, oh, that's crazy. We got a Magneton right there. I don't know if that's the one I like to use though, but and that's good that we get another side deck because I was making a deck with Golduck earlier, And then another Magneton. These packs seem nearly identical. What is up with the RNG? With the way the packs generate. So that's going to be it for the deck. We're going to... Okay, so Alakazam Magneton. 4 Abras, 3 Kadabras, 2 Alakazams. We'll get Mewtwo for support, and then Electabuzz will be a support electric fighter. I don't have any free Electabuzzes, that sucks. Okay, we'll go all in on the Magnemites. And we'll get 2 of those. I like this one better than the fossil one. And we'll put a Chansey. Chansey and... Do we have any Kangaskhans left? I don't know. I don't think I have Kangaskhan on the save file. Wow. It's crazy. I'll put a Tauros in for resistance. So we'll do 10 Psychic Energy, 8 Electric Energy. That seems like a lot of energy cards. 3 double colorless, and then... Let me try to think, because I have 4 and then 2. I might be able to make it work with 8. I don't want to have too few energy, because that's a bad position to be in. We'll put 2 Pokemon Breeder, Energy Search, Energy Removal, Switch, Defender, Gust of Wind, Item Finder, Full Heal might help. Yeah, I feel good about this. And we're going to call this Brain Trust. Okay. Now, who's an opponent I didn't face today? Which might make this interesting. I did... Let's do Amy, because Amy is the Water Club Master. Mistress, whichever. She felt like a really tough opponent when I was younger, and I mean she has a meta strategy, but I don't think I still think Murray and Jack are some of the toughest opponents in the game. So let me see what we got here. Abra, you need Abra to play Alakazam, but Abra is very weak. Abra only has 30 HP, and you know, he can be a sitting duck. You use Abra to build up into Alakazam. That's what I'm getting at. Okay. Okay, so we get a Psychic Energy, and I'm gonna use Energy Removal to get rid of that Water Energy. Professor Oak. Let's get a Magnemite on the bench. Let's get another Magnemite on the bench. And I'm gonna get another Psychic Energy. Cool. And I'll attack with Psyshock. Oh, I didn't think about it. Magneton has type advantage over her. Put Mewtwo on the bench. Put a Psychic Energy there. Put Magneton there. Evolve Magnemite into Magneton. Professor Oak. Got my cards, and we'll get another Psychic Energy. Alright, I can only play 1 per turn. Attack with Psyshock. If there's one good thing Abra can do, it can't paralyze. I was going to say paralysize. That's not a word. It's not a word. Hopefully you can hear me. It looks like she's trying to build up her war turtle. Okay. We'll put a psychic energy there. And Abra becomes Kadabra. So the trade-off with Kadabra and Alakazam is Alakazam has a power called Damage Swap, which is really useful for a stall strategy, and has the ability to confuse. Alakazam was a very coveted card. Oats is here! God, so many of my friends are here. This is really... Oh my god. You see Ponyta's human legs yet? I think. Good to see you, Oaks. Oh, I played your card, yeah. Well, what a great audience. But yes, Alakazam was a highly coveted card at the time. And I want to say it was like one of the top 2 or 3 meta strategies from the time. For sure. The trade-off is that Kadabra can do quite a bit of damage with its Super Psy attack. But Alakazam can swap the damage and can do confusion. So let me see here. I'm gonna evolve. I'm gonna put energy on Magneton, and did withdraw. Does that prevent all damage? Yeah, it looks like it prevents all damage. I do like the what's it called? Rapidash, Jungle Rapidash is a fairly good card. Okay, I went for the confusion and War Turtle's confused. This card is technically Imposter Professor. It's funny how everything just comes around, because I was listening to Eric Stewart and Rachel Lillis talk about recording for the Pokemon anime dub. And Eric Stewart was mentioning the Imposter Oak episode, and he was told that he had to redo it because he did too good of an impression for Oak, and that's very funny to me. I'm going to do computer search. I discard 2 cards, and I'm going to get... I'll get a plus power. I was thinking about going for another Oak. I think that might be just a little bit too aggressive for now. I don't know. I can always get another Oak. That was a pretty legit deck. And then, yeah, Oats mentions my, that build was kind of called Haymaker. Specifically Electabuzz and Hitmonchan, and then Scyther especially. Magmar and Mewtwo. Because the thing is, when I was a kid, and I still have quite a few of my childhood cards, I had Electabuzz and Hitmonchan. I had 2 Electabuzz, but I only had 1 Hitmonchan. And I never had a Scyther as a kid. I got Scyther much, much later. So I created like a poor man's variant. I used Magmar because Magmar was one of my favorites. The Fossil Magmar. She sent out Blastoise. Blastoise does a crap ton of damage. But I have got the damage swap thing. And the movie promo Mewtwo was a very good card too. I had 2 of them, which was very fortunate. So, damage swap. Make into hay. Yeah, I didn't understand. I didn't know what a haymaker was when I was younger. So I thought haymaker, I thought you're just making hay. I didn't know that it referred to a punch. I later learned that it was a punch in reference to, I figured that out in an episode of Looney Tunes. So we'll do a plus power and attack with Confuse Ray. But I found the Alakazam Chansey Pokemon Center deck, I think it's kind of obnoxious to go up against. So I made sure that wasn't the strategy when I made this particular deck. If you're just getting here, I was taking viewer requests for a type of deck you would want to see. Rebecca requested an Alakazam and Magneton deck. And once we're done with this game, Ray requested that we do, what was it? I wrote it down. Hypno and Starmie. or Starmie and Hypno, whichever. And I think afterwards I'll go up against the club leader Gene. I think he's one of the easiest opponents in this entire game. Making to hit. But I did want to show the club leaders. And I think that was the last requested type. I have Haymaker and Stinky Dance on my list here. So let me see here. I'm gonna put Electric on Magneton. We're gonna use all the Pokemon today, so I feel good. And go in for that Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave Paralyze, excellent. Okay, let me see what we have here. So I think the game is pretty much guaranteed win at this point. I might be able to show off Magneton's secret trick, and I'm talking about blowing up, because I got rid of Blastoise is a big gun, Lapras is a big gun. Lapras is one of my favorite cards from the classic era, by the way. That was the water Pokemon I used in my Haymaker type skeleton. Got the movie promo Mewtwo. I'm feeling really good about the energy I'm having tonight. I think this is just one of the best ones we've had in a while. Folks, don't forget to thumbs up the stream. There's a link there posted on the software bot if you want to help us out. But yeah, just so many good friends here and fun suggestions. The sequel, yes, I've played the sequel maybe twice. I think it's a huge shame that we never officially got that game. And something that I've discussed with people on Twitter and other places is that I think Nintendo missed a huge opportunity by not keeping up with the momentum of the Pokemon trading card game. And that's why most of us migrated to Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll make sure this duel ends with a bang. Because these games, while not perfect, they're fun. And they teach you how to play the card game. And it's just, when I was younger, I thought, I kind of ignored the earlier days of the Pokemon trading card game. Because I thought, well, there's the tier 3 decks, and then that's it. The whole game is figured out. But I've come to learn that the meta for this era is a little bit more nuanced than that. And there are ways around beating the Haymaker strategy, as popular as it is. There are ways around beating Damage Swap and what have you. It is so much more nuanced than just playing those top 3 decks. And let's end it with a bang. So it's just, you know, when you're a kid, and I'm partially plagiarizing from the kid from Pojo's. I said the kid, the guy's older than me. The guy who wrote the articles, and he's mentioned in Jay Witz's video. I'm not plagiarizing, I'm citing that, you know, as kids we lost interest and we moved on to other things. But there's still, I think there's still some ground in the first 4 sets of the game to be discovered. I'm quite surprised, and that's what I've really discovered doing this playthrough and working on this video. The sequel had really cool music as well, and a few fun exclusive cards. It's a good sequel. I think I understand why Nintendo didn't release it in the US. I think it's a shame that they didn't. And I'm going to mute the mic because I'm going to sneak. Hello, planet Earth, if you can hear me. Okay. Ray earlier requested to do a Starmie Hypno deck. I hope I have the cards for that. Okay, I can make a Starmie. Can I make a Hypno? I have one Hypno. Okay. I can do it. And let's get some Mr. Mime for support. Let's put a Mewtwo in there. Let's get a Mew. Oh, it's you weren't here earlier, but this is a file I created recently, so I'm missing a few cards. I think I have at least one of everything, but you know, the one I had from when I was a kid that I erased it eventually so that recently so that I can make this video. That had pretty much a little bit of everything, but it's all good. It's all good. So let's get 8 Psychic Energy, and let's get 7, and then 8 Water, and then 4 Double Colorless. I think that's pretty good. Bill to Oak. I don't have any Pokemon traders. I thought I did. And that was Trader, not Trainer. Enunciation makes life interesting, doesn't it? Energy removal. I don't think I'll need it. Gene is he's a discount Professor Oak. Kinda like Imposter Oak. He's just not very good. His deck has no speed or urgency. So he's not very hard. Now watch me choke on my own ego. Let me check my phone. So yeah, we'll do this requested one. I think that was my last requested deck on my order of stuff here. And then we'll make a Haymaker, or I have a Haymaker variant here. And then I can also do Stinky Dance as well. We're making really good time. I'm impressed. I thought I would be... I didn't think I'd make as much progress now. I didn't think I would be here. You have a Game Shark file for messing decks. I own a physical Game Shark. I have not used it with this game. We'll call this Starmie. Or Starmie Hypnosis. Hypno's attack is called Dark Mind. You got a Dark Mind. Starmie's Psychic, so we can get away with it. Okay, this one is for Rape. And the Poor Man's Almanac deck. I don't know if I spelled Almanac correct there. All these years you think I would learn how to spell. But it's ultimately pointless. We'll go up against Mitch. Or I was thinking about maybe going up against Ken, but Ken has resistance to psychic types, so I'm just not sure. And then I'll try the dual computer that, or is it called the battle machine? I don't know. I'll try that with a Haymaker variant. And then I'll do the Grandmasters with the Stinky Dance deck, which is made, it's a modified recipe by one of my friends. Well, we're leading in with a Drowsy. Oh, I didn't mean to use Pokemon Breeder. Oh, that's bad. That's dead weight. Well, at least I know what cards to discard, huh? I got it mixed up with Pokemon Trader. That's such an amateur mistake. Got a Psychic Energy. Let's get... I'll play Computer Search. I'll discard Pokemon Breeder and Psychic Energy. And we'll get... Let's see if Hypno's in the deck. Hypno. The one Hypno's in the deck. Get it in that hand. What does Hypno do again? Prophecy. Rearrange the top 3 cards of your deck. That's interesting. Alright, we'll use Pokeball now. Oats, I was missing earlier that speedrunners of this game, they use... Why did I say that like that? Speedrunners of this game, they use Pokeball to manipulate the RNG. And I'm not trying to manipulate the RNG because I don't intend to do any RNG manipulation today. But I mean, you use it as a search card, and it succeeds. I am so used to this card failing on me in real life and in the video game. So that's interesting. Dark Muck and Dark Clefable. Ah, shucks. They don't... Those cards aren't here, unfortunately. Anyway, let's get a Staryu on the bench. And let's put a Staryu on the bench. And Drowsy attacks with Pound. So he attacked with Leer. Leer would prevent me from attacking the next turn, but it didn't work. So screw you, Gene. I'm going to put a Water Energy on the Staryu. And let's check the top of my deck. I like doing these streams because this is not a... These aren't decks. Some of these aren't decks I would think of. And it just... It makes you try to appreciate and understand your strategies. You know what I mean? So I'm going to check the top of my deck. I don't really care about your deck. We'll get Professor Oak, Drowsy, and Pokedex. Cool. Explain TCG to explain the MG manipulation, but you've since forgotten how it works. What do you mean by MG manipulation? Magic the Gathering? Oh, the RNG. Okay, sorry. My when I looked at my computer at a distance, and it looked like RNG looked like MG. But essentially, the way it works is at the beginning of the each turn, the game calculates a formula, almost like pi, about the number of coin flips that are going to happen that turn. It says these coin flips go in this order. So if like a Pokeball fails, and if you do the turn the game off, turn the game back on, you can use that as, okay, well, that is a coin flip, that coin flip will always be bad. That's my understanding of it. Okay, let's get that Oak. Get a Psychic Energy on there, put a Mr. Mime on the bench. And we'll evolve Staryu into Starmie. Hypno will attack with Prophecy. And I'm going to rearrange my deck. I don't really care about your deck. Go for another Oak. This is interesting. And then you get your energies for Dark Mind. Okay. Because I'm so used to just cutting him up with Scyther. Scyther makes him untouchable. You play Scyther or Farfetch'd, he can't hurt you. I mean, he can, but he can't. Okay, so when Leer attacks, Leer was successful. So I believe that means that I can't attack. Yeah. Let me see. Let's do another Pokedex. Pokedex is considered kind of a mediocre card, but seeing as how I just don't have many cards in this game, many multiples, I don't really have much of a choice. Let's put Farfetch'd on the bench, Drowsy on the bench, and I really want to try to get a Psychic Energy, so I think I have what I need. Yeah, ditch that double colorless. Get those cards. Do we have a... Yeah, we got a Psychic Energy. Cool. Since most of the trainers can become pretty easy. I've been having a lot of fun. I play this... I have this on the 3DS Virtual Console. On my red 3DS. And Mr. Top 10 List might know that it's one of my favorite time waster games. You can't play 2 energy per turn. Gotta remember that. This is one of my favorite time waster games. It's something I've come to realize. I can't attack. So, I'm trying to see how far I can get with the challenge machine on 3DS Virtual Console. I made It's a variant of the Stinky Dance deck, and it lasted me 21 games before I lost. I think it's a pretty good record. Let's put a water energy on Starmie. Honestly, in all seriousness, I hope he builds up something vicious. The reason why Gene's just kind of a cruddy opponent, besides the fact that he gets crushed by resistances, is because his mons are... Oh, I shouldn't have played that plus power. Damn me. Oh well. Just ignore that part. They're way too slow. They can do a lot of damage, but his strategy is just stalling without a cause. It's very passive stalling. And he builds up, but he doesn't really fight you quickly. So you should be able to just get through him with either weaknesses or resistances. Which is why I generally go for him first. Let me check my discard pile. Let me see. I might swap out Starmie, you know, for the fans. I don't remember if I put Starmie in this deck though. Oh, he keeps getting successful for earlier. Okay, you know what? Let's get out that Starmie. Rhydon just takes up too much energy. That being said, Rhyhorn can be a pretty decent counter to keep electric Pokemon in check. Yeah, but the thing is, all of his Pokemon take up too much energy. His Onix has a big retreat cost. It doesn't really do damage. It can defend, but it doesn't really do damage. He has Golem and Rhydon and Dugtrio. It's way too much. He has no real way of recovering. His deck is just not good. It's way too slow. And it challenged me when I was younger. And then when you learn how the strategy of the game works, you realize, oh yeah, you can use those resistances. Radiance with Articuno is brutal. Brutal. I've tried that for the first time recently. Okay, let's put a double colorless energy on Farfetch'd. Oh, Starmie got affected by Leer. Okay, let's... What could I do? I think I'll shuffle Mr. Mime back into my deck with Mr. Fuji. Mr. It's the Mr. Show. The Mr. Men Show. Can't attack. Okay. Yeah, because what makes Articuno a good partner with Blastoise, Articuno has no weakness in the trading card game. Was that success? You're getting too good luck with those Leers, so I need to hurt you or I'm gonna lose. So goodbye to Starmie. Hello, Farfetch'd. And I'm gonna use Item Finder. I'm gonna discard these two Starmies, so hopefully she won't hold it against me. And we'll get an energy search. Get a water energy there. And KO with Pot Smash. I'll probably keep this going a little bit less than an hour, because there were 2 more deck recipes I wanted to try out, and I wanted to do it live. So Graveler attacks with Rock Throw, which does 8 pittance. However, he's probably building up to Golem, which could be an actual threat. So I'm going to put a water energy on Starmie. which could fight back. Pot Smash. Why did they have Farfetch do a Pot Smash and I'm not talking about the substance. I mean a cooking pot. I'm not sure. Farfetch never had that attack in the games. I fell out of the games 10 years ago, so if Farfetch does have an attack where it hits somebody with a pot, let me know. Like a pot of gold. I guess it's supposed to be a reference. Farfetch'd in the Pokemon canon is supposed to be rare, but it's kind of mediocre in the games. They played a fast one on you. Its Japanese name is supposed to be some kind of reference to getting a bad deal or making a bad trade. I remember Oates had a soft spot for Farfetch'd, and I've always liked Farfetch'd in the trading card game. He was a pretty good poor man's resistance thing. I mean, I think the only issue he has is that he doesn't have enough HP. Doug Trio can't hurt me. Let's do another defender. And I'll do an energy search. If I do Oak, I could potentially deck out. So I gotta be careful. Get a Psychic Energy in my hand. I need to win soon. Hit that Pot Smash. Also, hit that like button if you haven't already. I'm gonna go. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Let's finish this game up, and I'll be away for another moment. So yes, that defender protected me from the Doug Trio's attack. We'll do a Pot Smash. I accidentally changed the color palette for whatever difference that makes. They look... Farfetch'd and Doug Trio looks pretty good in the palette. Everybody else looks a little rusty. And by that I mean they look like rust. Let's put a Psychic Energy on that Hypno. And I'll attack with Pot Smash. You have to be careful with Farfetch because the the Leak Slap move you can only use once per when it's active, or I don't know if it's per game. I don't think I've ever scooped Farfetch back in my hand. I tried to build up to that Pot Smash and he sent out Diglett. Diglett is gonna get creamed. Gonna make some mold cream. I'm gonna retreat Farfetch'd, and I like doing this. We get to show off this stuff. Hypno attacks with Dark Mind. And let's hurt that Rhyhorn on the bench. Close that. That breeder, excuse me, that breeder is dead weight though. I put breeder in the deck by mistake. I meant to do trader, but it's all good. Let's put a water energy on Farfetch so that it can attack. Two more turns and that Onyx isn't going to last. Pretty much, this game's pretty much sealed. I'm not sure if Judgment Meter's still here. I'm actually going over my requests. Would she still want to see Pidgeot? Or should I just move on with the Haymaker and Stinky Dance deck? Because I have maybe 45 minutes left here. That's not what I meant to do. I didn't want to do Prophecy. I can't unselect it. Do whatever. Judgment Meter, if you're still here, let me know if you want that to me to do the Pidgeot deck. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to a Haymaker variant. Or I can use Poor Man's Almanac. Oh crap, he used an energy removal on me. That's bad. Because I'm running out of cards here. Alright, let's put Mewtwo there. I'm going to put a water energy there. I'm gonna retreat. Send out Starmie. Probably could then Farfetch, but whatever. I think I got this. Use Gambler. Gonna draw those 8 cards. Let's see what I get. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference. The new thing I noticed in the hand is Mew. I did not mean to use Recover. I want to use Star Freeze. And got the Paralysis. That's good. So he healed and that undid the damage. Okay. On second thought, let's send out, let's say Starfetched. Farfetched. Probably about 45 minutes left here, people. So Leer was successful, I think. Can't attack. So let's attack with Starmie. There we go. So, Rhyhorn has 50 HP left. 2 more pot smashes will knock him out. How many more prizes do I need to win? Just 1. So, I think I have what I need. Let's retreat Starmie and send out Farfetch'd. And it looks like that was successful. Let's put a double colorless on Starmie. Retreat Farfetch'd. And attack with Star Freeze. And that'll be for game. Cool. Alright, there we go. Starmie win for Ray. Feeling pretty good about this. So, yeah, I didn't get a response from Judgment Meter. So, I'm going to say that will be it for the requested strategies. I'm going to try Poor Man's Almanac. We're going to dismantle this deck, actually. We'll see how this handles in just a few minutes. I'm gonna go get some more water because I'm just plowing through my liquid here. That's just a little bit inappropriate to say. Okay, let's see how Poor Man's Almanac runs. And I guess I'll show you guys a deck list. Let's see what we have here. I'm not sure if Doug is still here, but I'm very flattered when he said that this made him want to play the game. That's good. I like it. So let's swap out Doduo for Muck. Because Muck can negate Pokemon powers. And it's good to use it in a deck where you don't have any other Pokemon powers. You see. Well, the irony, of course, is that Toxic Gas is a Pokemon power. But, okay, let's see here. Put 2 Muck in there, and another Grass Energy. And do we have Scyther? Scyther helps a lot. Cool, we got the 2 Scyther. And I think I'll throw in a Lickitung for kicks. Okay, let's go up against the Duel Machine. It's the Challenge Machine. I can't Duel Machine. Duel Machine. That sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. It probably is a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. And if there's any Yu-Gi-Oh fans in the comments, let me know. Make me aware. Bobby's going up against Andrew. And, you know, it's a good thing to do these challenger modes because I think it's good to go up against lower tier decks. You need to know what works and what doesn't work. But I remember Bobby's deck being very ineffective and stinky. Okay, he put a Pokemon down. I put a Pokemon down. And I lost the coin toss, but not the war. So Cubone can resist my attack. This is a little bit annoying. And Cubone also puts Electabuzz in check. So what would really help me out is if I drew Grammar. And I did not draw Grammar. Or any cards that would help me get Grammar from my deck. So he actually has me in check. Well played, Andrew. Getting another fighting energy there. And Maybe I could just, yeah, use Defender. Does he have any other Pokemon? Okay, if I can knock out Cubone, the game's over. Put a Psychic Energy on Rhyhorn. See, running too many colors in your deck just makes it inefficient. There he put a Fire Energy, that's one color, and then a Fighting, and then a Psychic. And he doesn't seem to have any really good ways to get the energies out quickly. I run 3 colors in this deck. Grass, Fighting, and Electric. But I try to get ways to get my cards quickly. And then plus power should knock it out. Maybe it's excessive, but it's the secret of my excess. 30 damage, damn. Cubone's gonna cry. That's what that animation is. When I was younger, I thought it was a scale. Because, like, the scales of Libra. Because I didn't know what sniveling was. Then I looked it up in the dictionary, and it says to cry, and I didn't get it. It's not a real Pokemon attack. Well, at least not in the games. He drew 7 cards. So his attack will make it so that I can't attack. I got me a Diglett. So do I have a way? I don't have a way of getting Hitmonchan out of there. I'll do Gust of Wind on Ponyta. Because even if he has Rhyhorn, or excuse me, Rhydon, he's going to need several more terms to build it up. And that could have been a KO if I did Special Punch. But that's okay. Alrighty, put Grimer on that bench. And then what do we have here? Oh, he did evolve Rhydon. Let's take a look at Rhydon, the card. So it needs a Fighting Energy and 2 other energies to Horn Attack. He probably won't hit me with Ram. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll do Super Energy Removal. Remove a Fighting Energy from Hitmonchan to destroy that Fighting Energy and that Psychic Energy. So, Rhydon is going to need at least 2 more turns in order to fight back. And at least 4 if it wants to do some serious damage. So hopefully it's becoming clear why some cards and strategies are better than others. I'm going to put the Grass Energy in my hand from Energy Search. We're going to do a bit of deck thinning. And then I got 3 Energy Searches here. I'm going to play another Energy Search, get another Grass Energy, hopefully. And then we'll do the last Energy Search. Okay. I'll put Diglett on the bench, and then let's take a look at that play area. I'll do Pokeball, and I will call for Muck. Oh yeah, give him the old Illinois special. Can you give me some context here? I feel like I should know what this means, but I don't know what it means, and I don't want to be lost and confused. Evolve Grammar into Muck, and now he can't use any Pokemon powers. And none of the Pokemon in my deck have Pokemon powers, except for Muck, which negates Pokemon powers. It's a good example of a floodgate. He draws a card. Send out his Rhydon, which is basically just a big punching bag. At this rate. Give him the old Illinois special. He put a Jinx on his bench, and just Jinx has no real synergy with the rest of his deck. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I think Jinx is kind of creepy. But I mean, you could do fighting and fire. That could be a good combination. You could have Rai, Dawn, and Ponyta and Rapidash to support each other. In all honesty, that Cubone put me in check. So it's weird thinking. And more importantly, it's bad deck building. Deck building. Gotta enunciate AT. Damn it. So give him the old special punch. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. It's an inside joke. I know that you're from Illinois. Okay. Unless you're saying, "Oh my God, I'm from Illinois." Illinois. Illinois. Okay, yeah, because it's like, oh, give him the 1-2. Okay, all right. I'm not as dumb as you think I am. Sometimes I just get a little bit of out of control with my rhymes. Let's put a grass energy on that muck, and I'll give him the good old Texas Justice. Wasn't that a My Hero Academia attack? Let's see. Somebody joined the stream, but they're not saying who they are. But hello, anonymous person. Put another grass energy on muck, and yeah, dude, you're gonna have to fight back or something. Emily said something very incriminating, so I'm not gonna say it. But we're happy to have you on as a moderator. Okay, let me see. So both Muck and Hitmonchan are weak to Jinx, but I'm gonna make it so that Jinx can't hurt me. Let me see. Trying to see if we could do any palette swap fun. I do like the default template that they make for this game. The Game Boy one's it's universal, but it works. Let me take a look at these colors here. That actually looks pretty neat. Bit rustic. I do like this one as well. You'd better be doing that weird blushing gesture that people do. Anyway, so Muck will dump a bunch of sludge on Jinx. There we go. Which is why another strategy that uses Muck, we called it the Stinky Dance deck. And I mean, Jinx is in some serious trouble, man. Jinx was poisoned, and I mean, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a KO. Yeah, Super Game Boy is really cool. I don't know what to... Really glad that I have mine. And you can manipulate the 4 colors on the palette even, which is pretty nice. Let me see what that makes it look like. Hey, it almost looks real. Is that the right word? Anyways, Jinx is knocked out. What card do I get? Oh, I already won. That's some funky looking grass. Bobby wins. There are 4 more battles in this challenge mode, and then I'll move on to the Stinky Dance deck. But let's change those colors. That was looking a little bit freaky. Draw the cards. We'll start off strong with grammar. Nothing says a good first foot forward like a pile of sludge. Let's try that again. Nothing says a good first foot forward like a pile of sludge. Okay. I can do my lines that I didn't rehearse, but I just don't want to flub them. Alrighty. We'll go for Pokeball. Let's see if my luck keeps up. Okay, it didn't keep up. And I'm just double checking. My sound levels are okay, right? I tend to take for granted. I did move back a little bit, so we're gonna remove that energy just to make it so that that turn was a total waste. But I hope I draw some other Pokemon soon, because Grammar can put up a fight and stall, but it doesn't go on forever. Okay, I got Diglett. Gonna put Diglett on the bench. Sound is good? Yeah, good, good, good. Okay, I can expedite this process. I'm gonna retreat Grammar for Diglett, and we'll get a KO in right now. Yeah, part of the reason why the challenge machine is good is that, you know, it randomizes the opponents. I think it prioritizes the lower prize opponents first, and then the fourth one is a club leader. I'm so tempted to say gym leader, but it's a club leader, and then finally one of the grandmasters, who are basically like the Elite Four. And I don't like that Magmar card. I've always disliked it, but I've been on the receiving end of its wrath lately. So I wonder if that's karma or something catching up to me. Let's just get an energy search for deck thinning. I will go for grass energy. Damn, I would have drawn Muck next turn. Oh well. I said I wasn't gonna cheat today, so. No cheating, no cheesy. Just have to deal with it. And I think I have another one or two in the deck. You think I know because I just built the deck, but I didn't. And Fire Punch KO's Diglett. KO. I need to get some pocket monsters soon, or this is going to be the end of my challenge machine. I was going to say dueling machine. The challenge machine career. Hey, this isn't good. Just build up that grass. It's like overgrowth, like when there's the gardener. Oh, if he puts on another fire energy, I'm doomed. Actually, this is really bad. Fire, yeah, that's game over. Because Fun Third has 50 damage, Grammar only has 50 HP. That's a KO. Regular Magmar. Oh, you mean Fossil Magmar? Oh, it's because there was a Magmar in base set, and then the other one was in Fossil. So, not a good record. Okay, let's make the Stinky Dance deck in just a moment. I want to check on one thing. Okay, hopefully I shouldn't have to go away again. Let's make that the Stinky Dance deck, which this recipe, this is a modification that one of my old friends, and I mean, I'm not sticking to the recipe strictly, because I'm just missing some cards. But this is a deck he made, and it's a variation of a meta deck, as is often the case. But if you need a dance, you're gonna need a Jiggly. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're going to we need, if you're gonna dance, trying to dance, you need some, you need a little Jiggly. So let me see. Jigglypuff and Muck are the centerpiece of the deck, and we need more Grimers. I need more Grime. More Grime, yeah. Grime is good. We'll get rid of Diglett, and we'll be taking on the Grandmasters, actually. I want to see how well this team will do with the Marathon of this deck. Actually, I'll say goodbye to Electabuzz. And we'll do the 2 Hitmonchans. And I think our trainer cards are where we need to be. Get rid of the Electric Energy. More Fighting, more Grass. Use Energy Retrieval. I think 2 is good on those. I'll swap out. I think Switch will work better than Scoop Up. Get a Computer Search in there. Get rid of Pokedex. Okay. And we'll call it the Stinky Dance. We'll do a run through with the Grandmasters and see how this goes. The thing is that Grandmasters are fairly tough. I don't think they're that tough. If I think of opponents that really mess me up, was it Sarah or Amanda? The one who does the... She has a Wigglytuff deck, which is weird because she's supposed to be a water duelist, but she has Wigglytuff and Scyther, which is weird. Because she's supposed to be, a water duelist, but she can really mess you up if you're not careful. The fact that there's only 2 KOs either way, it can go fast. She can beat you quickly, or you can beat her quickly. So, you gotta make sure you beat her quickly. Anyway, Grandmasters. The ones who give me the most trouble are... Jack gives me a lot of trouble. Courtney can give me some trouble. Scyther's a sitting duck against her, but he'll be my opening pawn, which I feel bad to say because Scyther is a bad butt. But I'm confident in this deck. Magmar can keep Scyther in check. So the RNG favors them getting their legendary birds in their hands, the Grandmasters, and that gives her an opening to get her fire energies. And I'm not all that intimidated because she can only play one per turn, and she doesn't have a means to manipulate it in a way that's really threatening. It will ensure that she can at least attack every turn, but that's what you have your energy removals for. So I'm going to retreat with Scyther, get Grammar out. It was just a decoy, put a grass energy there. I'm going to get a plus power. And part of what makes Scyther good is because he doesn't have an energy cost, and I'll attack with Nasty Goo, which is my own coin flip attack. Unfortunately, it didn't paralyze. And I believe at one point Sam called this the thinking music song. Uh-oh, she has her own energy removal. Okay. I need some way to fight back against Magmar, so I'm going to do a computer search, get rid of grass energy and energy retrieval, and I'm going to go for Hitmonchan. Alright. Put Hitmonchan on the bench. It stinks because Hitmonchan isn't particularly strong against her other stuff, but Moltres has a resistance to Hitmonchan, so Moltres can keep Hitmonchan in check. But she's not building up her Magmar. So get hit with the smoke screen. I was thinking of going for Muck, but the energy removal really messed me up. So we'll do an energy search for grass energy. And we're not doing any RNG or deck peaking manipulation. I want to try to keep this fair. If the deck isn't good, it's not good. End of story. But I remember this deck being pretty strong. I don't want this to be a liar to me. I got the 2 heads coin flips. What are the odds? It's whatever a coin flip being heads and a second coin flip being heads is. Put another fighting energy on Hitmonchan. And next turn I'm going to go for the KO. Okay, let's get another fighting energy on Hitmonchan. Retreat Grammar. Go for the KO. Unfortunately, so Moltres could wipe out Hitmonchan, but it's a coin flip attack, which is why it's really not that great of a card. The legendary birds are not that great. Articuno and Zapdos are random, so they're not consistent. Moltres just gets your fire energies all in a row. But I think there's just other ways of doing it. So she did energy removal on me. Hooray. So this could be it for Hitmonchan. No! Hitmonchan's a goner. We'll have Scyther be the decoy. Put a grass energy on Grammar. Swap out Scyther. There's the dance. Just tag out Scyther. Okay, we'll do an energy removal on Moltres. That will, nominally speaking, delay her another turn. But if there's another coin flip heads from Dive Bomb, I mean, that's it. I'm pretty much trashed. The unique Zapdos is kind of nuts. Yeah, that... I've seen somebody wreak havoc with that game with that card. I don't even know how the hell it would work in real life. I know that they made the Dragonite, the legendary Dragonite card. Dive Bomb was unsuccessful. You bet your flaming tail feather it is. I know they made the Dragonite a real card. I don't know how you would make the Zapdos or the Articuno work in real life. To be honest, those seem more like Yu-Gi-Oh effects than Pokemon effects. You could probably make the Moltres work if it was a coin flip or a die. I don't know how many Pokemon trading cards would ever use a die. I haven't played the game in 10 years, so I don't know what the meta is like at all. But people would often use dice as damage counters. Get prizes and keep a lump in front. So I think that might be the quote of the night. Please fail. I know I asked for a lot, but okay, thank you. Whew. Okay. Now, I need the poison to be successful. Otherwise, while I don't say I've lost, I am up Sludge Creek without a paddle. And I can make the Sludge riff. Oh, man. Lump in front. Her. You should write on The Simpsons, Emily. Moltres retreated. Okay, Arcanine's gonna go for the KO. Arcanine is a double-edged sword, but it's dead. Oh yeah, I've lost. This is not good. Do you want me to build decks that are good ways to counterattack to counterattack the Grandmasters? Because I thought I might have had something going here, but this is kind of a poop. Okay, so she'll need to burn another energy, which will KO Scyther. So this is bad. I probably won't win. Or is that just asking too much? I don't know if I can go through all of them tonight. I was trying to wrap it up in like 10 or 15 minutes. But I want to end on a good note. So maybe I could try another deck against Murray. Actually, Oates, is there a deck you want me to try? I've tried a few strategies today. If you want to suggest something, go ahead. Because you know this game probably better than anybody else in the chat. So I do appreciate you being here. We have 13 likes in the chat. I wonder if we can get some more. I was thinking maybe I could do the rain dance. I didn't do a rain dance today. But I suggested it to you. Didn't go there. Yeah, that's game over. I lost. Why don't you go ruminate on it? I'll be back in a few minutes. What's with the threats? Jeez. Okay. How about we try Wigglytuff and Blastoise and then call it a day? Does that sound good? We'll do a Wiggly dance. I don't think the grammar strategy worked. I don't know. We can try another time. It frustrates me because the last time I streamed I had success with it. So I don't know what the issue was. It might have just been Scyther. How dare you? So I only have one Wigglytuff in this game. Let's get 4 Oaks, 1 Bill. Breeder. I don't have a trader in this game. That's just so weird to me. I think I only need 1 energy retrieval, 1 energy search, get some energy removal. I don't need that grass. And then probably 10 water energy. We'll keep the Hitmonchans in there. That can be the moral support. Oh, I only have 1 Blastoise. I didn't know that. Okay, we'll go up against Ken from the Fire Club. Because I think the only other club master I didn't do today is Isaac. Or maybe we could have a Courtney grudge match, I'm not sure. No, I think I'll wrap this up with Ken. So, I'll do an Oak, energy search. Look for those fighting energies. The reason why I put Hitmonchan in is because Hitmonchan's a good counter to Chansey. The thing about Ken is that even though, nominally speaking, he's a fire trainer, he uses a bunch of colorless dudes for some reason. I guess so that you don't just, like, tear through him. That makes him a fairly difficult opponent. And he makes a few pretty decently calculated plays for a computer opponent. So I'm clobbering his egg with my Hitmonchan. Going the old jab. But not the Illinoisy special. Or Texas Justice. Okay, put Jigglypuff on the bench. What sounds disgusting? What's so disgusting? Oh, punching the egg. Yeah, that's pretty. Chansey's a big egg. Chansey retreats and put out a puppy to be in its place. Alrighty, I need a way to do some more damage quickly. If he gets another fire energy, Growlithe will be able to hurt me. So let's take a look at the play area and think things over. I might just have to ditch super energy removal, or maybe I could... No, I think I got a strategy. Gust of Wind. I was trying to get Jigglypuff, not... Oh, whatever. It's cool. To quote Shadow, I'm the coolest. And by the way, folks, pay attention to the software bot. Some important links if you want to help software agents out will be there. They will be posted there. At the end of the stream, we'll reiterate the Twitter, and hopefully next week we can finish up Metal Gear Solid 2, because my ulterior motive for this stream was this footage is all being recorded. This is being used for a video I'm working on. And I think it's going to be a good one. I've been hyping it up for some time, so better be good. Do another jab, and that puts the puppy down. Got Wiggly in the hand. But no Squirtle. There's no Squirtle or Wartortle yet. He hits me with Flare. Okay, we have Blastoise in the hand. So here's one of the conundrums of trading card games. I might have to sacrifice Blastoise. I didn't put any other cards to retrieve him, so let's see how this plays out. It seems a bit of a hasty move. Excuse me. Oats wanted Wiggly. I want him to get Wiggly. Uh-oh, he's got his Wiggly too. But what were they thinking when they named Igglybuff that? That's not a catchy name at all. Jab. KO's the puppy. So, Wiggly's gonna try to put me to sleep, which sucks. But hopefully we get the coin. Yeah, okay. That was a short nap. Do energy removal, because if Wiggly gets another energy on it, that could potentially be a KO. Okay, I have super energy removal, so I have a way to keep Wiggly in check. And Tauros and Chansey are weak to Hitmonchan. I'm gonna need one more move to KO Wiggly. Sounds so weird to say that. Gust of Wind. Let's send out Chansey. Chansey can't put me to sleep. Chansey can stall, but can't put me to sleep. Oh, wait. So the reason why Gambler is a gamble is because hand advantage is very important in trading card games, or, you know, card battle games. I guess in poker as well, Texas Hold'em poker. And in theory, when you have more cards in your hand, you have more options. and losing your hands, it can be devastating unless there's a good gain from it. So Gambler can potentially run you out of options. It's good to avoid decking out, but you don't want to load up your deck with Gambler. I usually put 1, maybe 2 if I'm going up against a stall deck. Oak is another double-edged sword in that you permanently ditch your resources to cycle through your deck. If you're too reckless with Oak, you'll burn through your deck. So this is an interesting trade-off, I think. Anyway, Hitmonchan's awake. Let's jab that egg. Jab that egg. Licorice egg. Get a prize. Put a fire energy, and let's see. Let's see if I can get Wiggly out. That's so weird to say. Blastoise may not be making an appearance tonight, but don't worry, I recorded footage of Blastoise earlier. Let's put Squirtle on the bench, put a plus power on Wiggly, and if I have one more Pokemon on my bench, that'll be a KO. So I'm going to go for the Oak. And that was kind of a loss. I didn't get what I wanted. I needed a basic Pokemon. Growlithe takes 50 damage, almost a KO. He counters with his own Jigglypuff. Put another Hitmonchan on the bench, and now do the wave. So the way do the wave works is that it does 10 damage plus 10 damage for each Pokemon on your bench. So since I have more stuff on my bench, it can do 50 damage. Wigglytuff is not a tough to go unchecked. That's another KO. Now he sends out Tauros, which Tauros can be a bit of a glass cannon, but Tauros can't fight me back. So I'll put a water energy on Squirtle. And thinking about, we'll evolve that Squirtle, even though I don't think I'll be using it. Squirtle and Hitmonchan were in the same structure deck in the old days, so there's some precedence for its involvement in the same deck. But Blastoise is lost for this game, unfortunately. Maybe another time. Folks, are you liking the stream so far? And by like, I don't mean the thumbs up like, but I mean, are you enjoying it? Because I don't know if I'd want to do this again. I have done this in the past. I don't think that was a great stream. This is one of the most fun streams I've had in a long time. And I really appreciate the enthusiasm you're all giving me. Okay. Let's see if I have another plus power in the deck. And if I do, that should be a win. And that was the next card. Good thing I got it. Plus power. And put a Jiggly on the bench. Finish him off with Do the Wave. That does 70 damage. Which was more than enough to win. Bobby took all the prizes. That means Bobby won. Well, I went a little bit into overtime, but I'm really happy with the way everything played out tonight, and I'm really happy with tonight's turnout. I have some of my my good friends here, and I was fun checking out the decks, but it is time to go. I'm gonna turn off my mic now. Pay attention to the software bot for the next minute to see some links if you want to help us out or if you want to follow us. I intend to do the next stream next Thursday. And we'll post the times, and we'll see how the video projects play out, but that's going to be it for me for now. So thank you for stopping by.